Listen, man, truth be told, if you keep putting your music out with nothing to support it, you are not going to make it in the music industry. I'm just telling the truth. All right, what's going on, guys, man? Today, I'm going to be talking about tips on how to market your music better. And I don't mean to, I'm saying my intro to be harsh as it is, but the harsh reality is that if you don't promote yourself the way that you're supposed to, if you don't market yourself the way you're supposed to, you're simply not going to get the views that you need in order to grow as the artist that you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to reach that height of the Drakes, of the Travis Scotts, it all starts with how you promote yourself. And one of the things that I've noticed a lot is that a lot of artists struggle to present themselves to people. So one of the big things that you really want to start off with is understanding who your target audience is. A lot of people, they don't know who their target audience is, and they're just trying to. The number one flaw is you literally trying to give your music to any and everybody. No one's just gonna automatically click your link. Like, when you send that message off saying, "Hey, can you please listen to this?" 9 times out of 10, it's the law of numbers. Some people really just won't listen to your shit off the sole strength of, I don't know you, or I'm not familiar with your work. Why would I waste my time wanting to listen to you if I don't know who you are? And some people just, they'll click away from it. Now, you will get those exceptions who click it and, you know what I'm saying, oh, I fuck with this, or man, this shit is trash, or whatever. And the same kind of goes with people who take their time out and post their shit under every link, under every popular link. That's going to get you clicks, as far as people are going to click on it, but I mean, that can garnish hate and so on and so forth. You might, if you're talented enough and if the work is good enough, it might get you send some feedback and stuff. But it's all about putting your work in the avenues that benefit you most versus just putting it everywhere and hoping for the best. So that's more so knowing your target audience. So if you know for a fact that, your music will do well in like the 2K scenery, like the basketball scenery, then put your music on highlight films, on highlight clips of like Kyrie or some shit like that, of Kevin Durant, and people who are fans of them will click it just because of the highlight. But then when they hear the music, they might be like, oh shit, I fuck with this artist. Who is this? And then you go from there. You know what I'm saying? You build audience that way. Or, same with football. Or if you know that you're more so one of those melodic artists, one of those artists who really, you know what I'm saying, cater to like the weed community or whatever, or so have it. I'm saying, you can literally do videos of strands of weed, and there's people who look at that shit just because, oh my god, like they get like it's like a craving almost. But if you have that little bit of your shit on there, like they might be like, oh, again, like, who is this? You know what I'm saying? Just putting yourself in those avenues to reach certain people. And it's almost like, you have those popular artists that people always post their link under, like Academics, J. Cole, Kendrick, these really big known people. They just put their links under there and hope for the best. But you got to understand, if your sound doesn't sound anything like the artist that you're posting under, then the people there probably aren't going to fuck with your music, just solely because you don't really have any similar taste, and, you know what I'm saying, like, what they're looking for. So it's just more so about knowing your target audience, not coming off as someone who's completely desperate, which you might be like internally, but you can't portray that to the outside. And as long as you know your target audience, it makes it a lot easier for you to build what you want to build, and with the people that you want to build with, because the more you target after the people that are in that specific age group, or who are in that specific area, like looking at your analytics on Spotify, like if you see that your target audience is people from, I don't know, 19 to 24, then you should dedicate your time to reaching out to people within that age group, because the more you grow in that confined space, the easier it makes it to grow in a bigger space. Another thing is promo. So you have to build anticipation in order to drop something. I know that it's really regular for people to just put out music and say, hey, go click this, but you shouldn't do that. You're literally wasting your time by putting your music out and not following up with anything, or not putting anything out beforehand. It's not like you have a big fan base waiting for you to put music out. One of the biggest things is building anticipation for you to drop music. That comes with the visuals. That comes with talking to the target audience beforehand, building relationships before you put the music out. Because if you can establish these relationships, it builds more support on initial release, and initial impact is everything when it comes to music. Sometimes music catches on later, but more often time than not, the prime time for music when it comes out is when it initially comes out. So one of the big things is promo. You know what I'm saying? You have to have like a plan already strategically set in order to release music. You don't ever want to just put music out. You want to have a video shot for it. You want to have, okay, on this day I'm gonna give a snippet here. You know what I'm saying? Or this day I'm gonna give a little bit more here. Or you gotta know what part of the song you really want to market and what's gonna really be an attention seeker. You know what I'm saying? Or attention grabber. Like, really gonna set itself apart from the rest of the song, not to like build a mirage that this is what the song is gonna be like, but more so because you understand that was the part that's supposed to get people's attention and make them want to fuck with your music more. So that was kind of one of the things as well. Just promote yourself. You know what I'm saying? As far as your music goes, just understand that you have to have some kind of plan with something before you do it, because if you don't, it's going to fail. Another thing is visuals. Visuals really matter. I know a lot of y'all just put songs out and hope for the best, which I'm gonna keep saying because you keep doing it and it doesn't work. You have to put visuals towards your music, whether it's you putting out a single or you putting out a project. If you're putting out a project, take whatever song you feel is the most standoutish of it and put visuals on it. You can't put a project out and just let that stand on its own, because at the end of the day, people like to see things. They like to place their eyes on things. If you can not only if you can attract more than one sensory, as far as saying, if not only I have your ears captured but I have your eyes captured, that means that you're drawn into whatever it is that I'm doing. Because for instance, let's say I'm listening to your music on Spotify, but some shit catches my attention on Twitter or whatever it is that I'm doing. Because I'm not solely just listening to whatever it is you're doing when we're humans. We're multitasking. So let's say I'm listening to your music, but something catches my attention on Twitter or Facebook or whatever, and I pause your music to listen to watch whatever it is, and maybe I might not get back to your music just because of where I'm at. If I'm not if you make a video for it, it takes away all of that. I have to literally focus on whatever it is that's going on, because not only am I listening, but I'm seeing it as well. The more sensories you take away from somebody, the more they get captured in a trance. So that's probably one of the bigger things that I try to tell artists, is that if you really want to promote this project as much as you say you do, then you should start putting visuals on a lot of your songs. I'm not saying there has to be 10 videos for your 10 song project. That doesn't have to be the case, but there should be some visuals for at least 2 or 3 of those songs, just because it makes it a lot easier to promote it. When you go, hey, oh, go listen to this song. And that doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying, just shoot some rinky dink ass video, because then that starts to discredit your artistry. You don't want to just put visuals there because you feel like you need visuals. You want to put visuals there because they make sense and they're actually capturing the artistry and what you're trying to orchestrate to give to people. Because if I look at visuals and I see, you know what I'm saying, you just sitting at a park just really freestyling or whatever, or just kind of like just rapping or whatever, there's no thought put into it, I'm just going to take it as, okay, maybe you don't really care as much about this song. And if you don't care much about the song, then why the fuck should I care about this song? And the average listener might not, but I'm just telling you what goes into some thinking of when it comes to promoting your music and when you put videos out. Like if you do a Triller video, which has become a really wide wide thing to do, like I don't like for snippets, that's perfect because it's a snippet. But when it comes to actually like I'm uploading this on YouTube and I want people to click this for views, you should never do something like that for your song. You should never dim your song down or take away from the artistry of your song by putting a Triller on YouTube and like the entire video, or just posting some shit of you walking at the park or something. You should never do that. You should take the time out and get everything, and it doesn't have to be professionally done, but at least make sure that you can see where your mindset was when you were writing the song, when you're putting the song together, or when you're creating the song. And that's kind of one of the bigger things when talking about visuals. And one thing that I didn't write on my list that's really important, that I feel like kind of fucks people up is when you're doing music, you have to adapt to whatever new platforms are out right now. And for some odd reason, people are like, man, this TikTok era is fam. There's always been a platform in music since the beginning of time. No matter what you think about it, it's always been there. Whether it's the mixtape sites like DatPiff and shit like that, or whether it's MySpace top fives, or however you want to look at it, there's always been some level of, I'm gonna put my music here. Whether it's radio, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna put my music here because there's a bigger target audience there that can be reached. And you shouldn't knock TikTok just because it feels like the popular wave right now. You should utilize it as another tool to get yourself to a bigger platform. I don't understand. I don't understand the flack against it. I haven't personally created a TikTok. Well, I've made one. I just haven't used it yet. But that's because I'm really trying to be precise with what I'm trying to do. But what I'm telling you is that you shouldn't stay in this old mind that there's only one way to doing music, because it's not. That's how you do the opposite of marketing yourself. You put yourself in a box by saying, "Oh, I'm gonna stay to my roots and not do this." Why? Why? You don't lose anything by utilizing another tool. If someone gives you something and tells you, "Hey, you can plant 100 seeds faster using this method," you shouldn't say, "Oh, I'm gonna stick to traditions and do this." There's no harm in making a TikTok and promoting your music there. There's no negative to it. At the end of the day, you don't have to like make a dance to all your shit or nothing like that. You could literally just put your music on there and just pull some bullshit together, and you're marketing your music to an audience that you might not have before. People spend countless of hours on TikTok because why? It's visual and hearing. Both of your sensories are being taken up. You're in a trance. You're constantly looking at it. So why not put your music there in a place that can be constantly consumed, and it doesn't have to be long. This is like 15-second clip videos or however long videos. So I wanted to say that real quick because I know that that's something that's been like real talked about, like as far as like the music community goes, especially underground, because certain people feel like, oh, I don't want to do that. But I've seen people get 60K streams on their songs solely off of TikTok. Like that one artist, Olivia Rodrigo. I'm super unfamiliar, so I apologize for fucking the name up, but she's doing almost as many streams as Drake, and I think that they said large part of her getting there was, I think, like doing TikTok videos. There's people who blew up off of TikTok. Soulja Boy had another hit because of a song that was trending on TikTok. Don't allow yourself to miss out on an opportunity because you feel like you're bigger than what's going on right now. Because truth be told, you're not. You're not. So that's just something I wanted to say. And then another thing I want to talk about was anticipation. So in releasing music, you want to build up as much anticipation as possible. You don't want to just drop something and then be like, all right guys, come click on my shit. When you want to build anticipation, you want to, you know what I'm saying, you want to put your save links out there, like, hey, save this, put your snippets out, and then get people already focused on the release of it. When you start doing that and building anticipation, it allows you to build a bigger and better rollout, which is the next thing I want to talk about. Because when you start doing a rollout, like, oh guys, here's behind the scene bloopers of a video I'm shooting, or hey guys, here's an interview with me and blah 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 discussing what's going on in my project. The more you build anticipation for it, the more you roll it out, the more people are gonna be like, damn, I kind of can't wait for this. Because if people are revving about it already and it hasn't came out, then obviously it has to be good. You know what I'm saying? And the more you get that out the way, the more, you know what I'm saying, the more people they make efforts to listen to you. Because it's all about, to me, energy. If I put out as much energy as possible into my music, I'm gonna get that energy back for the most part. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but that just means that, okay, we go back and we change the blueprint or whatever we did this time and we make it better. So if your rollout is, you know what I'm saying, doing interviews, doing vlogs, you can do vlogs or another option. Just the process along the way, doing documentaries. J. Cole has been using the same rollout since the Sideline Story. He's been using the same rollout, vlogs, documentaries, snippets and shit like that, and it's worked. And I don't mean to say that because that's a large scale artist, and you know what I'm saying, it's kind of hard when you're coming up. But even when he was coming up, he was still using the same rollout. So rollouts help you get to a point of anticipation, whether it's freestyles, you doing LA Leaker freestyles, and obviously if you're not in a space where you can go up there, you can do your own. You can create your own freestyle. You can build anticipation for your project. I've seen it time and time again. You can put some shit on SoundCloud just for the time being to get people ready for whatever it is that you're putting out. But you don't just have to drop a song. Dropping a song is the least productive thing you can do for yourself as an artist. It's the least productive thing you can do for yourself as an artist. And then the next thing is just execution. Because if you do all these things and you execute it perfectly, there's going to be people who want to click your song. There's going to be people who want to listen to your music. But you start defeating yourself already before you get the chance to even get in the race when you just put music out and then get upset about people not listening to it. Why should I listen to your music if you haven't done anything to make me want to listen to it? Why? And that's my whole point. This is what I'm talking about when I say you have to learn how to market yourself and put yourself in those spaces. And you have to build engagement. Engagement is Engagement and networking are the two biggest things in music. I can't put that no other way. If you're not on Twitter, if you're not utilizing your Twitter, Facebook, your Instagram to talk about big things like conversational things, to put yourself in avenues to be talked to by other people, then what are you doing? You're not using your platform right. If every day you don't get up, and I'm not saying that you have to try to clout chase or no shit like that, but as long as it's organic and you're fucking interacting with people, building engagement, you're building bonds with people. You're putting yourself in the eyes of people who might want to listen to you futuristically, not even because they're familiar with your music, but because they fuck with you. And you know what you might do? We agreed on that Kevin Durant was laying for going to Golden State Warrior shit. I'm gonna listen to your tape. And that's a horrible example, but there's people who do that. Yo, man, you had a really bomb conversation. I'm gonna check you out, man, because I fuck with you. That's all it takes to get one more stream. And that one more stream might turn into 10 if they really fuck with you, if you're executing perfectly, if your music is worth listening to. It's just simple shit like that. But not only the engagements, because let's say you have a popular tweet, some shit that does 10K retweets, 11,000 likes. You put your link underneath there, you're getting at least a couple clicks. It's off the strength of you having a popular tweet. So utilize your platforms. It's there, you know what I'm saying? Use your personality to help you get further along in music. It's too many avenues for us to not be doing that. And not only that, as far as that goes, but as far as networking goes, networking is important. There's a bunch of different platforms who are here to help you get along in music. Me, for example, I have a multitude of different opportunities that I provide to artists, but I'm not the only one. There's a bunch of different people who do that. For instance, check the Rhyme, or check the Rhyme one. He's probably one of my go-tos. There's no shame in having a mentor in this. Someone who I look at and I'm like, damn, they're pretty dope. I think his name is Dilo Pillow or Dillo Pillow. I'm sorry if I'm fucking your name up, but he's another person who gives platforms to smaller artists. So for me, there's a bunch of people who are doing that, who wanna, you know what I'm saying, help the artists grow. So build networks with those people. Build network with me. There's a ton of us doing it. You build those relationships, and they're there to help you grow. And not just us, but I mean, there's platforms for playlists. As far as like, hey, send me your playlist. If your song's good enough, we'll put it on there. And now you're on a playlist where people may or may not get streams. Now the ones that ask you to pay to do it, that's up to you if you want to do that or not. I mean, I personally wouldn't do it just because I feel like it's too many different ways for me to do this, to get on. But there's always a way. And not only outside of just, so fuck the virtual shit right now. Let's go into real life. How many opportunities are you seeking out to put yourself in a position to get to where you need to be at? There's always promoters looking to put people on, as far as put people on specific spots. Sometimes you may have to pay for your slot, but if that me paying for my slot puts me in front of 100, 200 people to rap my shit and gain fans from it, why not do it? How much money are you putting back into yourself? Because the money that you put into yourself just grows more audience if you use it correctly, if you do it correctly. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying you can market yourself a lot better and build anticipation away from this virtual shit in real life. Are you handing out cards, merch? Merch is another way for you to market yourself. And I know that sounds crazy, but Griselda is a prime example of niggas who use merch to build their platform. They use merch. People are like, oh my god, this shit is hard as fuck. Who is that? What is that? Oh, that's Griselda's merch. Who's Griselda? Oh, they make music. Okay, well, let me go check it out. And even, let's say, fuck that. Let's say they don't even listen to your music. They just buy your merch. That's someone wearing your shit. And when someone asks, whose merch is that? What is that? What you wearing? Oh, this is blah blah blah. Oh, they make music. That's who they are. You know what I'm saying? And then that's word of mouth. Word of mouth is the best way to sell some shit, bro. When I don't have to talk and I can tell someone, like someone else can talk for me, is the best way, because oh shit, like that's a recommendation to listen to this artist. That's a person I fuck with telling me to listen to this artist, so I should do it. But that's what I'm trying to. That's the point I'm trying to get to, is that when it comes to this marketing stuff, especially for artists, there's a multitude of different avenues you can do. Whether it's fashion, whether it's virtual, whether it's in real life, there's a multitude of different things. Whether it's you focusing on your targeted audience, whether it's rolling out, there's a million different ways for you to not be only doing 50 streams, you know what I'm saying, 50 views, or however many when you release a song. And it's unacceptable for you to just be dropping a song and that's it. That's completely unacceptable. It's way too many. You could even give an origin story of how the song came about, and I'll do way better. I've seen plenty of artists be like, yo, I was going through X, Y, and Z in my time of life, and that really influenced me to put this out. And they do views solely because of that. People will fuck with you if they really feel like you're genuine. And that's really all I got, man. I feel like I may futuristically do a part 2 to this, or I want to keep giving tips to y'all though, man, because for no reason should it ever come down to y'all just doing 10 views, 20 streams, I'm saying, or whatever, and feel like, oh, I'm not doing enough. Especially if you feel like you're truly talented and you got what it takes to be a next up and coming artist, a next top artist. It should never be that. So with that being said, I only got, I think, maybe 3 things that I really want to say. One, if you want to help a creator out, man, right here, Cash App, you know what I'm saying, help me out, man. Not only that, I only have 2 more slots left for Battle of the Underground. I already kind of explained to you guys what that is. So if you want to submit a song to me, hit me on Twitter, hit me on Instagram. It's going to happen next Friday. And then also, if you're an artist who wants to work with other artists, who wants to work with other producers, other engineers, and work on a collaborative project, make sure that you hit me up so I can send you the link to the Discord, so that way you guys can join. And you can get, you know what I'm saying, you can get acclimated in this. You can have some fun in this. We can be creative as a group. And last but not least, this Monday coming up in a couple of days, we're having a hip hop Twitter rap madness tournament. It's gonna be 12 artists, 12 rappers, you know what I'm saying, seeing who got the best verse. The first round is going to be Monday. This Monday coming up on my Twitch channel at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you check that out, man. It's really gonna be dope vibes, a lot of fun. And I can't wait to see what more content comes. If you made it this far, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you watching all the way through. Make sure you leave a like, a comment. You sub to the channel if you are not already subbed. If you are, I appreciate you. Thank you, and peace out.
They told me don't aim too high. Seeing is believing. I'm a dreamer, dreaming of what I wanna be. They told me don't